Straight ahead on 12 News, the Golden Valley contractor's next big project.
Pride ourselves on delivering a far superior experience on every project, and that just leads to more work.
As it shoots for a bigger and better experience for basketball fans. Then, a debate over water rates, why Brooklyn Park residents could see significant increases in future years. And later, got Veggies, the new plan by Anoka-Hennepin schools to get kids to eat healthy. 12 News starts right now. And we begin this Tuesday evening with Brooklyn Park firefighters spending the afternoon battling a house fire. This is in the 2700 block of 98th Avenue North. When firefighters arrived, flames were shooting out from the side of the house. Firefighters, however, had to delay their response when fire reached the gas meter and the supply line to the home.
The utility company is here. They had to find the valve in the front yard in order to shut the gas off to the home. Delayed. Part of our response is that gas line continued to fuel the fire that we found when we arrived.
As you can see, that fire caused significant damage. Chief Perlman estimates the gas line situation delayed fighting the fire by about 20 minutes. As we went to air, there was no word on a cause of the fire. Well, first the Viking Stadium, now it's the Timberwolves' turn.
A Golden Valley-based Mortenson Construction is staying plenty busy with local and national projects, and that includes a major revamp of Target Center where the Timberwolves play. We get more from Eric Nelson.
We wanted to give you a sneak preview of the Target Center renovation. There is still work that is going on. We're still doing a lot of finishing touches as we roll up to our November 1st home opener.
Mortenson Construction has fingerprints on all of the Twin Cities' major sports venues.
It's a big point of pride for myself personally and obviously the company.
Mortenson built Target Field, US Bank Stadium, TCF Bank Stadium, and the Xcel Energy Center.
Today they are one of the premier construction management firms for any kind of sports facility.
Now Mortenson is in charge of the Target Center renovation.
So I think it's extremely important for them to renovate the building, keep up with technology and critical amenities that their customers want.
This is our supersized suites.
The chance to upgrade Target Center means Mortenson has come full circle. The arena has symbolic meaning to the company.
Target Center was actually their very first construction project, and it was where they cut their teeth and where they learned.
Just a ton of pride to see the transformation of the building, just to see the fan interaction with the scoreboard and some of these early phases where they get to feel a lot of the hard work that we put in here over the last 5 months.
The project cost for this Minnesota makeover is $130 million. A gigantic video board is already up, along with major improvements to club and suite areas.
We pride ourselves on delivering a far superior experience on every project, and that just leads to more work.
The renovation is a work in progress, but already there is more light in the arena and some fabulous panoramic views of Minneapolis. Target Center opened in 1990 and has plenty of concert and sports history. A lot of that will still be displayed prominently in the venue. Phase 2 of the project has already begun. That's the renovation of the exterior of the arena. Target date for completion is 1 year from now. In Minneapolis, I'm Eric Nelson, Channel 12 News.
Mortenson is currently building, listen to this, 170 sports and entertainment projects totaling $9 billion, and that includes the new Milwaukee Bucks basketball arena.
A tense situation Monday night in our Crystal neighborhood near North Lyons Park. Police responded to a home in the 6700 block of 60th Avenue North on a report of shots fired. When police arrived, they learned a 27-year-old woman had a gun. That woman was taken into custody. Crystal police say the incident was the result of some sort of domestic dispute. Charges in the case are pending.
Meantime, it was anxious moments for a Maple Grove neighborhood near Eagle Lake. A domestic assault suspect had fled Minnetonka police and made his way all the way up Highway 169 during Monday evening's rush hour. The suspect exited on 63rd Avenue and got out of his car after reaching a dead end and ran through the neighborhood. Police eventually arrested the suspect in a boat shed. The 24-year-old suspect has an extensive criminal history, including robbery and weapons convictions. Charges are pending.
A highly visible site in Brooklyn Center has turned into concern and a waiting game. The former Kohl's department store has sat vacant for more than 3 years, and the city considers it a blighted property. Now, the developer behind Shingle Creek Crossing wants to turn it into a storage facility. Brooklyn Center's mayor believes that's not a good fit and that it should be retail and commercial.
Buildings and businesses we put in those areas should have a synergy between the other businesses as well. They should be building that synergy, building traffic, building customers. This, in my opinion, will turn into a nice storage facility, true, but it'll be a silent building.
The City Council is leaning toward denying the project and will vote at its next meeting. Catlin Development Company, meanwhile, has pursued a number of retail users, but so far nothing has materialized.
Brooklyn Park homeowners are getting a reprieve from higher water rates next year, but after that, plans are in the works to raise rates for the next 4 years. City utility officials say with big projects planned, more money will be needed. Painting a water tower, for example, will cost about $1.5 million. There will also be major utility work with reconstructing West Broadway.
We have to continue to build our fund up, and so going forth after 2017, starting in 2018, we will be raising their rates minimally. I mean, obviously it's less than $1 a month.
We're hitting with these franchise fees for this year, and then wanting to also raise water rates and sewer rates. I was against that because you know, we just can't keep hitting people for money, just constantly.
Rates that will go up in 2017 will affect businesses. Higher rates for new commercial hookups and long irrigation will raise $80,000 a year. Coming up, introducing kids to sports at an even earlier age. Delane Cleveland takes a look next in Health Check.
And then later in sports, see which local soccer standouts earned all-Metro status.
But first, more rain and chilly temperatures Wednesday. We barely reach 50 degrees. We'll be right back. Federal guidelines recommend that kids have at least 60 minutes of exercise each day.
One way to do that is introducing sports to kids at an early age. In today's Health Check, Delane Cleveland looks at a program that introduces children to soccer.
Let's go get some more pumpkins. In the sport of soccer, success is measured by wins, losses, and goals scored. But that's a concept that hasn't quite been grasped by this group of 2- and 3-year-olds.
It's really just, we were looking for an activity to do.
Ilana Rosen's 3-year-old daughter Vanessa is one of the children involved in Lil Kickers Twin Cities, a developmentally based children's soccer program that debuted here in September.
We had started about when she was 18 months, and I found it really good for her to just start running around. It was a good winter activity since it was indoors.
Program organizers say a lot of parents get their kids involved just to run around and burn off energy.
I need one more.
But they say there's other lessons to be learned with soccer.
Soccer is such a great sport where you can learn so much from it at any age, and the balance, coordination.
Zach Strands is the program director for Little Kickers Twin Cities. He says the coaches follow a specific curriculum so that kids learn how to play the game instead of just running around and swarming the ball.
We really take the child development side of it serious, and we do all aspects of learning that kids need in a fun, physical soccer environment.
Go team!
It's an environment that will help the children in the future should they ever decide to play soccer competitively. In the meantime, children like Ilana's daughter Vanessa are developing habits to keep them physically active.
I think this is a good one to start out with. It's one that they can do at a young age to start developing those skills and making it a lifelong habit.
For Health Check, Delane Cleveland, 12 News.
Little Kickers is a national franchise that just expanded to the Twin Cities, and they offer classes 1 day a week for 3 months for children between 18 months to age 12. Coming up, Anoka-Hennepin schools come up with a different way to encourage kids to eat their vegetables.
But first, the Hopkins volleyball team is hoping for a return trip to the state tournament. John Jacobson has that and much more coming up next in sports.
Time to ramp up the competition for volleyball. Sections this week. That means state tournament can't be too far down the line.
A couple weeks down the road, and some teams will start play tonight, and some not till Thursday, like Hopkins. We have some strong volleyball teams in our area this fall. As Jay Wilcox reports, the Hopkins Royals look like a strong back to return to the state tournament.
Hopkins made the state tournament last fall and had a lot of that team back. But a 25-1 regular season and perfect 8-0 mark in the Lake Conference has really opened some eyes.
I'm very happily surprised, but I know we were capable of this at the start of the season, and I think we've proved that through our record.
Yeah, I think we are a little surprised, honestly, because we have the majority of the same players back this year, and it's all the 6 same starters, really. But I just think we have all improved so much over the club season. So that's really where, and our team chemistry has come up really big this year, so I think that's why we're working so well.
While Gopher recruit Jasmine Martin has been superb and draws a lot of headlines, this team has a lot around her too.
And so I think the depth on this year, we don't just have 1 or 2 good players. You know, teams try to focus in on Jazz Martin, she's an obvious choice, but then Anna Erickson and Greta Werner go at it. So I really like that we have multiple options.
Call a timeout, but as
defending state champ Egan just lost to Champlin Park, a team Hopkins beat. The state tournament contender pool is a little larger this fall.
I really think that the state championship is open for anyone. I don't really think there's going to be a real prediction this year. Last year was very predictable, but I think it's very different this year.
Obviously, Egan is favored just because they return everyone and they're well trained and well coached. And they won the state tournament last year, but everyone else is a year older, a year better, and I think it's going to be an exciting time of the volleyball season.
The Royals will have had 2 weeks between matches when they hit the court in Section 6 Thursday. Rust might be the only concern for this team. Jay Wilcox, 12 Sports.
The Royals face the winner of Tuesday night St. Louis Park-Burnsville match in the Section 6-3A quarterfinals Thursday at the Lindbergh Center. The state soccer tournament gets underway this week. Some of the area's best players won't be in the state tourney this year, but are honored with inclusion on the Star Tribune's All-Metro team. Leading the way is Wayzata senior Morgan Turner, who was named Girls Metro Player of the Year. Turner scored 17 goals and added 11 assists this fall for the Section 6AA runner-up Trojans. Joining her on the first team for the girls, Maple Grove Junior number 14 Meredith Hawkinson, and Totino Grace senior midfielder number 9 Ariana Del Moro scored 14 goals this fall. On the boys' side, Maple Grove's number 24 Ryan Dubois was also named first team All-Metro. Dubois is a Mr. Soccer finalist who netted 18 goals. One local player who is in the state tournament was a senior defender Tyler Stevens. He helped lead a stingy Trojans defense this fall for a team that is undefeated. Second team All-Metro players for the boys included Brendan Brocky and Fuad Tahir from Park Center, Peter McHugh of Totino Grace, and Luke Horton of Benil St. Margaret's. Hopkins, Ashley Aiken, Wayzata's Addie Clark, and Martin Noble of Benil were named second team All-Metro for the girls. It's the 25th season of Champlin Park High School football. On this week's Sports Jam show, Jay Wilcox features the Rebels. Here's a clip from that story.
25 years ago this fall, Champlin Park High School opened and the Rebels football program kicked off. While everything was new and exciting, it wasn't all smooth sailing to start in 1992.
Unlike some schools that have started out later, they kind of learned from our situation and they chose to do a JV schedule only that first year and then do a varsity the second year. We didn't do that. We went and played a varsity schedule that first year, and yeah, we took our knocks a little bit.
The upperclassmen weren't required to come over to Champlin Park, and so we had kind of a unique group of juniors and seniors, and I just remember the first year opening up and we didn't even have phones on this end of the building. I remember being about 3 or 4 days into practice, and Coach Herman, who started the program here, his son was out there actually on his bike, and he was going to be a 9th grader, and after about 4 days of practice, we looked at him, I said, Tate, you better go home and get your pads because we're going to need you.
You can see the rest of that story and more this week on Sports Jam. It airs through Wednesday at 3:30, 6:30, 9:30 p.m. on Channel 12 and our HD channel 799. If you're a fan of history and local football, it's a really good story to watch all of it.
Kick out of that. Thanks a lot. In Local Vote 2016, we are hearing from candidates running for Brooklyn Park City Council this week.
James Jackson and former council member Mark Maida are running in the Central District. Maida was on the council from 2005 to 2008. Jackson has served on Brooklyn Park's Long Range Improvement Committee.
Hi, I'm James Jackson, and I'm running for Brooklyn Park City Council in the Central District. I've been a proud Brooklyn Park homeowner for nearly 5 years with my fiancée, Michelle. I work hard for our city. I have served on city commissions such as Citizen Long Range Improvement, Northwest Cable Commissions, and as an elected board member of our Northwest Community Television. My results are in renegotiation of our cable franchise agreement and early planning discussions into Metro Blue Line light rail expansion project, which later led to our City Council's approval this past February. It's time for a fresh perspective and ideas amongst our city leaders. A strategy that incorporates smart economic development across the entire city, which reflects the reality of our residents. Let's embrace what makes us different. I ask to earn your vote. Let's build a Brooklyn Park where we all are proud to live, grow, and reinvest. Thanks.
Hello, I'm Mark Maida. I'm asking for your vote for City Council of Brooklyn Park's Central District. I've been a resident for over 30 years. My wife and I own our building located in Brooklyn Park and run our home care businesses out of it. We employ over 300 employees and service more than 2,000 elderly and disabled people, many of which are Brooklyn Park residents. My first contribution to the city was 18 years ago when I volunteered to be a firefighter, which I still enjoy today. I then served for 4 years on City Council. As my 2 sons were growing up, I volunteered as a youth baseball and football coach. My philosophy is simple: be fiscally conservative, look at needs versus wants, be available to you, my constituents. My focus will be public safety, stronger business development, and to lower your taxes.
Still ahead on 12 News, Got Veggies?
The new campaign to help kids dig vegetables when we come back.
And finally, there is a campaign underway that has nothing to do with politics.
We're going to go like this. It is all about nutrition in the Anoka-Hennepin School District, and they've enlisted the help of high school stars from Champlin Park to ask the question, got veggies?
Do you guys like vegetables? Who has vegetables right now? You got some carrots.
Chloe Fisher is one of the Champlin Park students featured in posters hanging in Anoka-Hennepin schools encouraging students to eat vegetables. To launch the Got Veggies campaign, high school students visited Oxbow Creek Elementary over the lunch hour. In 2010, a federal act made fruits and vegetables a mandatory addition to school hot lunch. But since then, districts have tried to offer some variety, such as today's harvest salad with romaine, apples, chicken, quinoa, and ranch.
Yeah, it might be a rule that the government comes up with and says you have to have fruits and vegetables. You know what? If we can entice them to want them at the same time, that's my job. It's not to enforce that they have to have them on their plate. It's to help them understand that they want them and to teach them about nutrition.
And that campaign goes on all year long. That does it for us. Thanks for joining us.
See you again tomorrow, everyone.